Okay, hi guys, welcome back to another review, and this time we've got something very special. This is the Thieaudio Excalibur. Before I get into this review, I want to talk about the giveaways. So the plan for the giveaways we've been talking about for a while. I'm going to try and give away one item every month. So if you subscribe to the channel this month, you're going to be entered into the giveaway, and this month is going to be a trial run, so I'm closing it to United States only, and it's just going to be a Blon Mini, a cool little Blon earphone, just to do a trial run. But if you subscribe now, you're going to be entered into all future giveaways, and hopefully we can get to giving away some really cool expensive stuff, so that even if you can't afford to buy this sort of stuff, you might be in with a chance to win something really special. So that's the one. I just want you to subscribe, comment, like, that stuff, and yeah, you'll be in with a chance. I'm going to randomly select somebody, then I'm going to get in contact. I'm going to say, look, are you in the United States? If so, then I'm going to just order it myself out my own pocket and send it to you somewhere in the United States. So that's how it's going to be, and hopefully we can sort of build this and expand it so that there's much more expensive stuff coming in the future that you can get your hands on. So back to this review. This is something super special. This is the Thieaudio Excalibur. They have released two new earphones. They've released the Excalibur, and they've released the Oracle. Thieaudio is the house brand of Linsol, and they've been absolutely killing it. The Monarch are a special set of earphones. I've had two sets of the Monarchs, and I think these surpass them. I've been listening to these for about a week now, and I am absolutely suckered in and drawn in on these. These are so special sounding and so fun and exciting to listen to, and it's just a wonderfully well put together earphone. Anyway, we'll talk about them in a second, talk about the sound and the actual earphones, but let's go over, as always, the accessories and the box. So this is the packaging. It comes with an outer sleeve on it, a super high quality card with a nice soft touch finish, and on the side you'll see that this is a selection for the Monarch, Clairvoyance, Excalibur, Oracle. So this is going to be standardized packaging across the line. This is going to be the 2.5mm balanced cable that I have on it, but you can also have it in a 3.5mm regular and a 4.4mm balanced. And it will be available in CIEM and UIEM. So lots of options there depending on what device you listen with. This is, for example, the Thieaudio Honey. This has a 4.4 balanced, so if I was using this as my predominant device, I would be ordering with the 4.4 cable. Whereas this little guy here has a 2.5mm. So depending on your device, that's the one that I would order the cable for, and then it comes with these little adapters. So you just, if you buy the 2.5 like this one, it comes with a 4.4 and a 3.5, and likewise if you buy it with the 4.4 standard, it will come with 2.5 and a 3.5. So nice little metal adapters that it comes with. The ear tips are, there's not a lot of ear tip choices. You get 3 sizes of foamies on this one, and 1 medium size of silicone. So I don't know if that's just something in my package has not arrived, but I would expect to see more silicone tips. For me, I'm getting good luck with the spin fit, also with the Sony MH1C tips that I've got tons of. I absolutely love. Excuse me. So the case, the actual headphone case, is super nice. It's a generic Pelican case, and it's got a little, it's a hard Pelican style case, rock solid, much different than something like you would get on the Tin Hi-Fi P1, which some people might like the looks of that, but practicality and longevity wise, I really prefer these sort of cases. The inside of this one, what's nice is they've got a styrofoam liner on it. That provides a nice bit of protection if you're going to rattle it about, and there's plenty of room for cables and some accessories in there as well. So we'll put that to the side. The box, I'll just give you a look inside it, although all the accessories are out. It would sort of come presented like that. So high quality stuff. Was very, very impressed with that. Let's bring the cable in. Cable, super nice. Thieaudio, they do a great job with the cables. I've given them feedback in the past, and that it's super well behaved. After about 10 minutes, it loses its sort of retention of memory. It's really resistant to tangles. And it's just really, really nicely made, beautiful looking cable. It is a quad twist design, which after the splitter splits into 2 channels of dual twist. Super high quality, super nice looking. It is, of course, mine's 2.5mm balanced, and it comes with one of these little sheaths on it. 2.5mm balanced with a metal jack point, and it's got a little indentation there, a little concave indentation to help you grip it better. Decent strain relief going up into a metal splitter point, which again is concave, and then you get this disc-like cable cinch, which is very nice, and memory wire on the top going into a little metal 2-pin connectors. The 2-pin connectors are flush sitting, which is, I think most people now that watch this channel know that I'm not the biggest fan of 2-pin connectors. I would prefer to see an MMCX connector. And when I do see a 2-pin connector, I kind of prefer to see one with a, oh, that's the rain. I think we're going to get thunder and lightning in a second. The 2-pin connector on this, it sits flush instead of, I would prefer to see it recessed, because a recess can really give you the sort of advantage of a little bit more protection from the elements. Like if you're going to sweat here, there's a chance that some corrosion can happen on the pin connectors, and I've even had it on my clear CE IMs, my custom in-ear monitors, where you can actually see the corrosion ingressing into the house. But take care of them, keep them dry, keep them clean, and yeah, you're going to have a great set of earphones. The earphones themselves are stunning. They're resin shell, and the body is actually slightly smaller than the Monarch. So I found these very, very comfortable earphones. They have a sort of shallow to medium depth insertion, but with these ear tips, they grip the inside of my ears fantastically, and they perform a really good seal. They kind of sit well in here. This little contouring in sits well in my tragus, anti-tragus area, and they're super lightweight. And for the amount of drivers that you have on the inside here, these are fairly small. The faceplate design is half of this sort of pearl or mother of pearl design, with a sort of, looks like chipped up shells or something, glitter style, that yeah, it just adds a little bit of flair to it. It's not as over the top in the hand as it will appear on camera. It's very subtle and very nicely done. So 2-pin connectors, it says Excalibur there, and of course it has these metal nozzles, as opposed to some companies that go with the acrylic nozzles. I always find that if an acrylic nozzle lands and somehow drop it, the acrylic nozzle can be prone to splitting and cracking. So I always prefer this sort of design, and of course you have the metal grate holes on the end there that you can see, just to protect from like ingress of dust and moisture directly into the canals. So in terms of driver configuration, this is what makes these earphones special. This is a 5-driver earphone. It has I believe a 10mm dynamic driver, which is smaller than most would expect, but it allows the earphone to be this small. 10mm dynamic driver. It has 2 balanced armatures, which I believe are Knowles drivers. And then in the top range, they have the 2 Sonian electrostatic tweeters. And that combination, I think it's got a 3-way crossover, and it's got 3 bore tubes on the inside of it. This combination is incredible. These are one of the best sounding earphones I've listened to all year. The most exciting and engaging, you know, that feeling where, you know, I've got the Campfire Audio Dorado 2020, and these are a smooth musical presentation. These are, you know, Campfire Audio Solaris original, wide open, spacey and stuff. This has an energy and 3D presentation that is just unreal. It has pronounced bass, a very, very strong bass response, but with stunning texture and detail in sub-bass and mid-bass response is fantastic on this. It's prominent, it's definitely a bass prominent earphone. I would say if you're an audiophile that leans towards the bassier sounding genres, this is an absolute killer option. You have these balanced and detailed like mid-range to highs that are just, the highs have got this sparkle to them, but they've got this resounding clarity and speed and depth and stunning detail retrieval. The detail retrieval on this is one of the main selling points, but the thing that brings it like out there is this 3D presentation, almost out the head experience, ultra three-dimensional imaging that is just, it sounds absolutely unreal. And for anybody that's got a set of these, there's two songs that I want you to listen to. I think I've got a note of one of them. If you bear with me, there is a track, and I'm going to link this below. Yeah, it's FKJ and Masego, and the song's called Thieaudio. And at 2 minutes 31, if you watch the YouTube video, you can get this online, but the timestamps might not line up if you listen to it on Tidal or something. But if you listen to it on YouTube, 2:31, that's the point you want to listen to. The decay that happens on that note is absolutely unreal. The noise and then the trail off fall away of that note is as good as I've ever heard on an earphone. It's a special sounding earphone. The other song, it's kind of a strange song. It's called The Blaze, Territory by The Blaze. That brings out and shows the ability of the bass to work with the highs on this. It's super engaging, super detail rich, and it's a super 3D black background presentation. In terms of drivability, these, I'm listening to it straight out of the MacBook on a crappy tin hi-fi $20 cable, and they just sound unreal. It is a really different experience with these EST drivers. The EST drivers that came out along in the Fearless Audio Roland, and this feels like they've gone to a different level. So the highs are super detailed, super airy, creating this soundstage. I'm not going to say it's too hot, it's the way it should be. I consider myself a treble head, and these are bang on for me. The mid-range, super detailed, super clear, excellent weight in male vocals, and excellent sparkle in female vocals. There's no upper mid-range sibilance or anything like that to speak of. There's no bleed into the lower mid-range from the bass. It's just super well tuned with a bass heavy presence. But the bass is just, you know, the one word you want to say is delicious on this. It's heavy, it's impactful, it's tight, it's detailed. It's just a wonderful sounding earphone. I'm finding it almost impossible to criticize this based on sound for the money. In fact, I'm not going to do it. There's no point. This sounds insanely good. There is alternative tunings you can have depending on your preference, but if you lean slightly towards bass head, I'm not saying this is a bass head earphone, but if you lean slightly towards that you like an energetic, exciting sounding earphone, and you really like a 3D spacious micro detail and bass impact this is absolutely slamming. I've also got the new Kiwi ears orchestra here, and they're about the same price. And I put them in the category with sort of like the Fearless Audio S8P. They are more what you'd expect of a balanced armature earphone. You know, it's something that's going to do very well and remain quite neutral. This is not a neutral, unbiased sounding earphone, but this is a special sounding earphone, and for the money it is absolutely fantastic. I'm interested to hear the Oracle from this line, because this is insane. And if the Oracle, which seems to be getting the hype, I don't know if nobody's just received these yet, but everybody keeps asking me about the Oracle. But if the Oracle are, you know, I don't even know anything about how the Oracle are tuned, but if they're half as good as these, it's an absolute banging earphone. Thieaudio has absolutely nailed it with the Excalibur, and this is sort of like a culmination of like what they're doing and the sort of peak of the EST technology right now. So I'm super impressed with this. I'm gonna say I would take this over the Monarch, guys, as well. I know the Monarch's more expensive, but there's something about this that I keep reaching for. So with that, I'm sorry it's starting to get a little bit dark out here. I said earlier in the review that there's a thunderstorm about to happen, and the clouds have come over from outside, so I need to go turn on the lights, and I'm going to get into some of the other reviews. This one, highly recommend it. Easy to drive, fantastic sound. Excellent cable, excellent case. For the price, it punches above its weight. Fantastic. Absolutely nothing bad to say about this. Yeah, for the money, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. So go check that one out. And if you want any specific comparisons, actually check back this week, because I'm going to do a specific Fearless Audio Roland Kiwi ears, this one, and maybe the Thieaudio FH7 or something. I'll maybe compare all of those ones together, and we'll do a sort of mini shootout. So look out for that later on in the week. But yeah, highly recommended. Go check it out.